Welcome to Casual Quest Masters, a casual Master Quest podcast. In this podcast, we'll follow the adventures of a group of characters who simply want to find their way in the world, but a more sinister plot is evolving around them. How will they fare? What will they do? Let's find out today on Casual Master Quest.
Get your dice ready because we are back to another episode of Casual Quest Masters. Welcome to our own Faerun, everybody. Representing Neverwinter is Nikhil Chodimela.
Hi, I play I messed up my own name. How do I do that? I get stage fright every time. I
play Rodger. What? We just round robin it. I'm playing Magdohr. You're playing Rodger. And he's playing Vol.
Oh.
Alright, I had to stand up. Alright.
Just be tall.
Alright, sorry if that was
good. No, it's okay. It's
all about
beautiful.
the RP.
Alright, take two for the Goliath and action.
Hi, I play Vol Nightwalker Val Nugoni. And Vol doesn't have any time for any witty phrases, so I'm just gonna pass it on.
Close enough.
And we have Brandon Thresher.
Yeah, I am Magdohr Bandiron, and he's only here to lend a hand.
It's okay, it's me every fucking time. For those who don't know, it's funny because he was armless at one point. Shut up, I love you, fuck off. And yours truly, Tyler Vitito as Rodger, the paranoid genius with the smoothed over penis. And last but certainly,
You said
really
penis.
I'm gonna say just put cartoon and laughs there to make myself feel good about it. And last but certainly not least is our all-powerful dungeon master, Glenn Houston. How are you doing, buddy?
Yo. How you guys doing?
Yo.
I'm great, by the
good.
way.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for saying.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
right,
should have
cool.
taken care of that before. Huh?
Yeah.
Nick?
Well, you can't do that when you just wake up in time to do this, so...
Who would just wake up in time just to do this?
Yeah.
I've been awake for at least 30 minutes.
Same, for sure.
How long ago was 8 a.m.?
I don't know. I
a
can't.
while.
It's
Like
too
6
much of a time
hours?
difference.
6.5
Can't
hours?
calculate that.
You say I can't cankle? Is that a Canadian term for
I said
count?
I can't calculate.
Oh, okay. I can't calculate, eh?
Nah, man.
Wait,
Canadian accent is beautiful.
you know what you need to do? You have recordings of Nick from months ago. You should see how his accent has evolved over time.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he was near peak by the time he joined the show. He was doing pretty damn good. Do you think by talking to us or me and Cam, it evolved even further somehow, or
Possibly.
or not evolved? Maybe since he was talking with more Americans, it devolved at this point.
Probably.
From
yeah.
the
Started spelling
proper
things with
squealing
less
effect.
letters and...
Yo, what's up, dog? Hello, fellow teenagers.
Dude.
You gotta chill, man.
Dude. On point. Fire.
All right.
We played D&D last
I
week,
opened
didn't we, guys?
garage doors. Yeah, we did. And we had a heck of an episode, I'd like to think, last time. But for those who didn't listen to it, shame on you, you should. But, of course, maybe you did listen to it, but it's been, a whole minute or, God forbid, a week. So I'd like to say we should do a recap.
Yeah.
So, everybody, except for the Dungeon Master, because he doesn't, he shouldn't be the one that has to do this. I think that's his privilege. Everybody should roll a d20, and we'll see whoever gets the highest roll gets to do the the recap. If you roll a natural 1, you automatically have to do it.
Okay.
Okay. So
I rolled a
isn't looking
5,
good.
but I rolled it on my...
Okay, I believe you. Okay, what did you roll there?
He showed us.
It's right there. It's a 6.
Lovely.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
Sorry, my bad. No, I understand why you asked me that. Don't mind me.
Wait, Brandon rolled a 5. Nick rolled a 6.
So you have a 75% chance of not doing this.
it's nice because he's not in the thing, so he can't see that I rolled a fucking 18.
Tyler rolled a 3. It looks like it's Nick.
Wait, what did you roll?
Yeah. I rolled an 18. I rolled an 18.
Can you verify? Rest of the party?
Yes.
Yeah,
you rolled an
that's what he rolled.
Yes.
An 18.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had the second to last worst roll. Well, the third to last if you count a natural 1. I rolled the highest, which means I get to do the recap. And Brandon rolled again just for shits and giggles on the roll 20 and rolled the natural 1. But we're gonna believe him and saying that his 5 counts.
I believe you,
Dungeon
Brandon.
Master, what's your ruling on this?
That's you.
Wait, what's my
That's you,
ruling?
Glenn.
Since
Yeah,
a natural 1 constitutes the...
No, I'm saying he rolled in real life and he got a 5, but he just rolled in roll 20 with the rest of us again and got a nat 1.
It's like... It's like, in D&D, you either need to choose on damage to round up or round down, but you just gotta choose one always. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this up to... Yeah, because if you do it, if I want to choose to round up, I have to round up always for all the PCs and all the monsters and all of everyone. That way, at least it's consistent and nobody gets an advantage out of it. Or if you round down, so if it's 9 damage, but you have it, that sort of thing.
It's almost like it's John Madden trying to narrate a soccer game.
So
it's like he's trying to go off the fly. The sound professional, but like Brandon and I are like. So does he use the physical roll or the?
So that's what I'm
roll?
saying is what you need to do, Brandon, is tell me right now which one you're going to use. Always.
Shit.
So you're going to choose right now, but what you choose right now is the one. It's at the beginning of each session. So if session to session you want to change
I guess
it,
I'm rolling real dice right now. Hold on, let me grab the rest of them.
There you go.
All right, Tyler, start on that lore.
He's rolling dice. At least today, you guys.
Seriously.
Yeah. So each week, just choose what you want to do and stick with that for that episode.
Cool. Okay. Glenn, just for shits and giggles, could you read off the rules for how we're gonna do the recap from now on?
Yeah, so I love this thing. So it's apparently called the Bapperson Rules. Whoever rolls the highest gets to do the recap. If you roll a natural 20, you get to choose who does the recap. And that can be yourself as well. But if you roll a 1, you have to do the recap. So from now on, after we kind of give our little quick intros and stuff, we'll do that fun thing to decide who gets to give the recap so that our audience can stay with us and we can continue to keep a consistent narrative for them. But hopefully it'll change. But, I don't know. I love the idea that someone just is going to get, stuck with it every single week. If they, even though they don't want
somebody, keeps getting nat 19s every single time?
Yeah.
I could see that.
It can happen.
All right, so previously, and
sorry,
are you going to do this again?
No, sorry, I apologize. I didn't realize that natural ones overrule 20s.
I sheath the katana.
I don't like that.
I pull out the katana. I sheath the katana. So previously, in the last episode of Casual Quest Masters, as we're aptly called, 3 heroes decided to meet up in the Beach to Leviathan, which is a interesting sounding galleon tavern, if you will. A ship turned business on land to serve to the locals of Neverwinter, a beautiful city that is off the Swords Coast, I believe it is called.
Sword Coast, yeah.
Thank you. We are the 3 of us. Jeez, I'm terrible at recaps. The 3 of us were enjoying our drinks and staring each other down when suddenly a suspicious figure comes in, cloaked in cloth, despite no cold or rain. One of the characters deduced that this is actually the big bad evil guy and prepared to attack him. However, this was quickly extinguished and it was revealed that it is in fact a wood elf with business interest. As 2 of the 3 members are professional escorters, if you want to call them that, it seems this person has taken an interest in our jobs. What?
You just called two of you are escorts? You know what escorts is synonymical for, right?
Yes. And
no wonder
Eastern
we're getting paid so much.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Now I'm imagining fucking Magdohr in a fucking bikini and smoking a cigarette. Hey,
It's like a plate mail.
you wanted me to move product or them thick hips?
You
There's
wanna
a
see what
reason.
his hand does.
There's a reason Vol is called Nightwalker.
Wait, if Brandon uses his crafted arms, if Magdohr uses his crafted arm, is that a Dutch rudder at that point? Or, like, how does that work here? Do we want to get into the...
It's a stranger's touch. Never mind.
It was in that moment
speaking-
that the Dungeons and Dragons campaign took a very different turn.
Everybody looked up and they saw that the PG-13 rating suddenly shifted towards an R. And they're starting to see a bit of an 18 plus just hiding in the corner, ready to strike at any moment. Speaking of strangers, though, this stranger took off the hood and revealed herself to be Elgira, I believe is her name, a wood elf who has, in fact, a business interest to have something safely transported by escorts, to where she's gonna be paying us very well through her mysterious benefactor, who she refused to, give any details whatsoever of. From my point of view, it was clearly suspicious, but everybody said 5 gold, deal. After a long-winded moment of us shouting at each other to shut up, a bunch of alcohol, a silence spell, some mime acts, and then more alcohol, the deal was concluded that we were going to help protect product as it continued east out of Neverwinter towards the city of Blank. Dungeon Master, could you remind me what the name of the city is?
Longsaddle.
Longsaddle. And so we headed out the next morning after we said our farewells, took some rest. As we headed out, we started going down this very, very rarely traveled pathway through the Neverwinter woods. We were, I say this in quote, attacked by wolves, end quote. However, our very fanciful tactician, Vol, did the ingenious plan of somehow stopping the entire caravan from the rear, and then did some kind of very localized intimidation check, which the wolves shit themselves and ran. It was very awkward. We found ourselves get closer to leveling up, which was interesting, and we continued on. We worked into the night, camped out a little bit. The next morning, we were continuing on our way when Rodger suddenly almost fell into a pit trap. With his horrible passive perception, he nearly went in head first, but the horse saved him with a natural 20 on the dexterity throw. The horse did some kind of Jackie Chan move to recover, and suddenly the entire caravan was ambushed with a rain of arrows. And swinging not on vines but ropes, as the Dungeon Master had the retcon about 30 seconds after the whole event was described. We had the Wu Tarzan, as I'm calling them. We don't know who they are, in fact, but rather a bunch of bandits come swinging and ready to just loot us to pieces. And that is where we are.
Hell yeah, we're about to get started with the fight.
I decided maybe I will use Roll20 for my stuff.
Why? What's going on?
Now that Tyler's already given his entirety of the background, Roll20's not sounding like too bad of an idea to use.
Oh, fuck!
No, I'll stand by.
Ew.
I've got my dice. You can't see them.
I mean,
because it's an audio recording. But
there's 2 things I gotta make a little concern about the whole physical dice thing is. The first one is, please don't drop it on any hard surfaces. Like, you
I've
got
got
like
a
a
dice
soft,
mat.
Can you hear this?
you're beautiful. Perfect, thank you. The second thing is, please don't lie.
I won't.
I believe you.
I take D&D very seriously. I've killed a man for it once.
I don't believe that, but I believe you take it seriously.
Oh, Jesus. Well, Glenn, almighty ruler of fate, the show floor is yours. Take it away, my man.
Alrighty, awesome. So as we enter the scene, obviously this clan has ambushed you, so everyone just go ahead and roll initiative as we begin our first, legit combat. CMQ, Casual Quest Masters.
I got a 13.
Alright, 13 for Magdohr. What about you, Vol?
18.
18, and Rodger.
I rolled an 8 total.
8, awesome. So what
I'm
you
not
do
very
see...
dexterous, but it's okay.
So we're doing this all heavy theater of the mind. For those of you that don't know what that means we're just making sure that we're not using a battle map of any sort. So that allows us to keep combat moving and fluid and cinematic. And so basically we're going to just describe what you intend to do, not really thinking about distance, because if they are too far away, I will tell you. So just try to think about what it will look like in your head. And if we need to describe that specifically, we can, to make sure that you have a more concrete idea. But more often than not, just describe narratively what you'd like to do. I will tell you generally what's happening, which currently what it is from each side, 4 bandits on each side are kind of swinging in and jumping out of the bushes. So we'll say on each side there's like 2 swinging in and 2 jumping out of the bushes. So there's 2 on the ground and then 2 currently in the air looking like they're trying to like land on the wagons. And let me roll initiative for them real fast.
Do they look like they are the kind of people that would be swinging in with swords and whatnot, or are they swinging in with bows and whatnot?
Oh yeah,
well?
Short swords.
Okay, I'm fine with that, technically.
But did you
Also,
say,
I like the...
Sorry, carry on, Taylor.
No, I was just gonna note, wow, exactly 8. That's convenient for something. So thank you, Dungeon Master. Try not to kill us, please.
Oh, they're just bandits. That's not going to kill you.
Yeah,
I believe in you.
bandits.
Y'all are strong. You'll be fine.
So just, sorry, I blanked out. How many again? You said there were a couple
8.
on
8 total.
8 in total? How many on the
Yeah,
ground?
4,
and how
4.
many? 4, okay.
4, and then on each side, there's 2 in the air swinging in,
Okay.
and then 2 on the ground.
Very
coming
coordinated attack.
out. Oh yeah, they some serious
Yeah,
bandits.
like a
It's
Mel
like they do this
Gibson
per
film.
profession, you know.
Oh,
It's Robin Hood and tights.
shocking.
But Vol, looks like you are the top of our initiative order, so you have our first action.
Oh shit.
So assuming we're still on our horses, right? Rodger's just avoided a thing. Magdohr's probably still on the left side. Rodger's in the front. I'm at the back.
Yep.
Some
You
of
can see
our-
this whole scene happening in front of you.
I'm gonna go charging down the right side on my horse. Pull out a sword
Okay.
and attack the first bandit on the ground.
Yeah, sweet.
Just
So
take a
about
big ol'
10
swing.
feet away from you, one that jumped out of the bushes, and your horse has a movement speed of 40, so you have no problem getting there with, not even half of it. Yeah, so go ahead and make an attack roll with whatever weapon you like to use.
I will be using my short sword. Does a 10 hit?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, he dexterously dodges out of the way. As he's running in, he does one of those like backward slides and then re-catches himself in the dirt to face you.
Nice one, Vol. You hear a shot from around a caravan.
And I will let you know too, these guys, I'm not going to give like super descriptive decisions, just to keep things moving. That was bandit number 1 that you were attacking. So just trying to remember who you were attacking so I can keep track of hit points accurately.
I see a blue pin on his shirt.
Would you allow me to I wouldn't have to do damage, but would you allow me to leap off my horse at this point?
No, mounting or dismounting a horse is half of your movement. So technically you haven't used any of your movement, only the horses. Okay. So you can absolutely hop off to face him and, smack the horse and it'll peace out, unless you want the horse to stay nearby.
No, I leap off the horse while it's still moving, position myself in between the 2 bandits.
Awesome. And are you what's that sort of weapon are you wielding?
A short sword.
Just a single short sword or 2 short swords?
No, just a single short sword.
Okay, because everybody in 5th edition has 2-weapon fighting. So if you're wielding 2 light weapons, then if you make an attack with the main hand, you can use your bonus action to do an offhand attack that doesn't include your modifier. So if you ever want to get another short sword...
I do have 2 short swords, but this round only have the 1 drawn.
Awesome. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Vol, did you have anything else you wanted to do for your turn? Cool. So I have these grouped a little so that they'll go a little quicker, but that one and the one opposite are going to go. 2 bandits are going to take their turns. One of them, the one that you had faced attacking you, attacks you with his scimitar in hand. I guess it's not a short sword, but it's basically the same thing. Rolling a 16 to hit.
Yes.
All right, take 3 slashing damage as he he counters as you come off the horse and he nicks your arm a little bit. The other one is going to see, because Magdohr, you were in the center, right? He's going to run up and jump up at you and attack you with his short sword as well. Crit fail. He falls down. He's prone on the ground. So the next attack made within 5 feet of him with a melee weapon will have advantage. So he crit fails, and then another group are going. These are the two that were swinging in from that side. So one of them is going to, let's see who they go after. So one's going to go after Vol. The other one is going to go after Rodger. All right, for Vol, does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Okay, you take 5 slashing damage as he hits you, flying in from above. Are you still conscious?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. Good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to include something because I completely forgot about them. But the other one is going to attack you, Rodger, with a 6 to hit. Not so great. And that is the end of their combat turns. And Magdohr, it is your turn. As you see Vol, you can hear Vol just getting... He's effectively getting, flanked right now as 2 of them are attacking him. One is hanging off the side of the caravan, slicing at him. And the other one is attacking him.
Can I see it through the caravan?
Yeah,
they said there were wagons.
Yeah, they're wagons, but, you guys can see pretty much... Yeah, if I describe it, you can see it through the chaos of combat.
All right. And you said... All right, so there's one prone near me that was going after me. I'm going to trust that Vol is sturdy enough, and I'm going to take my warhammer, and I use this as my example, and shove it into my iron hand, and bring it down with both my hands, and just fucking smash the guy on the ground.
Awesome. Are you going to get off your horse?
Oh yeah, I hopped off my horse.
Okay, good. I was narratively, I don't know how you're gonna smash him when he's on the ground when you're on the back of the horse.
I'm jumping off the horse to
okay, cool.
Smash him.
Are you gonna use that momentum to smash him down a little hard?
Sure.
I'll give you a bonus to damage here. Bonus to damage. So if you hit, you're gonna add an extra D6.
20.
20 at dirty 20 or nat 20?
Yeah, dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, you absolutely hit. So when you roll the weapon damage dice, just add a d6 to that, representing the momentum falling and bringing that down on him.
All right.
And this will be bandit number 3.
So 12 damage.
12 damage. How do you Gallagher this guy with the hammer?
Oh, he's just in half.
So
just completely smashed the middle section of his body. You can see his head and his feet on one side. He just smashed to the ground.
So you broke his pelvis and squished him?
Yeah, he's done.
His upper body, because he's not dead immediately, starts climbing around. He's just making a lot of noises. But you killed him. I mean, effectively, no one's going to save this guy. Good job. Anything else?
No, that's it for me.
All right, Rodger, it's up to you, buddy. You got one guy attacking you.
I say 2 things. The first one is, don't forget we gotta keep them alive for the goal.
Oops.
We don't have to keep them all alive. She also did say that we should try to, but she understands if we don't keep them alive.
I look around. Do I see anybody that looks like they are convincingly the leader of this group? Is there? Okay, so there's not
all of these guys seem to be
ascot or anything?
Yeah, no, there's no definitive leader. It looks like these guys are well coordinated, but not being coordinated at the moment.
All right, who can see me at the moment?
Currently, there is one person in melee combat trying to attack you with one of these scimitars, and then there are that's the only one that's focused you at the moment. But there are 4 that have yet to kind of engage. Only 4 of them have engaged you yet.
I'm going to attempt to speak to the guard as I get ready to ready up a spell and say, hey.
What guard? Oh, the caravan?
Sorry, not guard, the bandit.
Oh, what are you going to say to him? Just, hey?
Hey.
Cool, he'll respond on his turn.
He'll respond? Oh, okay, cool.
Because technically all this is happening simultaneously, but I don't know, yeah, he just kind of goes as he continues to try and fight you. He's confused.
Okay, no,
he's so confused.
That's fair. I am going to risk it for the biscuit, and I'm going to attack him with disadvantage with my first level spell, Chromatic Orb.
Why disadvantage?
Because I'm at point blank range. I believe if I'm right.
Only with ranged weapons. If ever I do anything, it's not going to make you have disadvantage on the spell attack. It might allow them to make an attack of opportunity because you're taking time to cast the spell in front of them. But since you're up on a horse, he can't do that right now. Now, with ranged weapons, if you try to shoot within 5 feet, you do have disadvantage unless you have like the crossbow expert feat, but I don't do that for spells. Just so you know.
Okay, cool. I got a natural 1 with my chromatic orb, so I kind of point at his face and I say, a bunch of smoke hits him in the face, and I go,
oh no.
That is the excellent special effects that you'll see over at the Hemerson Theater over in Neverwinter. If you'd like to see more of this fantastic stuff, come check us out. We play every Tuesday.
And he once again just looks very confused. Alright, anything else for you?
Let's see. If I were to move away, would he get an opportunity attack on me or the horse?
Either or. Because the creature, a non-friendly creature entering or just exiting your attack range. So you and the horse are technically enemies.
I am gonna smack the end of my horse and let him act his own volition then, if you don't mind.
Oh, so you're gonna hop off the horse?
No, I'm gonna stay on the horse, but I'm gonna let it decide how it goes. If it takes off into the woods. Oh boy, shit. Let's make it even. I have no idea what's about to happen. I love it.
Okay. Yeah, the horse does not run off into the woods, but stays where it is currently.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's my turn then.
Okay. Now the other groups of bandits are going to go as I'm going to determine randomly who they will target. I'm going to roll D8s for that, just so you guys are aware. Basically, I've assigned 2 numbers to each one of you, and then also the members of the caravan can be targeted. And there are 4 of them, so let's see where all the attacks go. So 2 of them are going at Rodger. One's going at Magdohr, one's going at Vol. So Vol, you've got 3 people around you now. Rodger, right. You've got 3 people around you now. And Magdohr, you have killed one, and another one has taken his place as he steps on the throat of the guy that was dying. He just narratively will say that he steps on his back and puts a sword into his he kills him. He puts him out of his misery. Not meanly, but he steps in to take his place. So Vol, let's go ahead and do this. How is an 8 on your AC?
Not gonna hit.
Okay. I already rolled and I already told you the result. Technically, you're being flanked, and I do allow flanking rules, so next time I roll, it will be with advantage. But Rodger, you are the benefactor of that failure because now there's 3 guys around you, and one flies in and just lands up next to the guy on the top of the cart, sitting there. But it should be noted that members of the caravan are pulling out crossbows, and it looks like you're pretty quick. They're all going to try and take pot shots at these bandits that are attacking.
I could have hit fucking Rodger.
How's a 23 or 21?
Well, let me check. Yeah, it hits.
I needed to check.
3 damage as he slices at you from behind. You're bloody?
No, I hope not. Jesus.
I was I don't know. All right, and then the next attack. Oh, no. Oh.
The fate has changed.
Yeah, but I always do this thing, and it's the best, where I roll crits, which I just did, but then I roll really low on the numbers. So you take 3 slashing damage on a crit. So, yeah.
Now I'm bloody.
There we go. You could have been dead. That could have been 13 damage, which would have been nasty, but that would have had to have been max, But that's the end of the... Oh, Magdohr, I've still got to attack you.
Yeah.
He did pop in there. How's a 13 do on your armor class?
It misses.
Awesome. So it, clinks off. That's the end of their turn. And now the caravan members, because I said there was 4 carts, each one has a member with a crossbow that's going to take a shot at one of these bandits, using their crossbows to attempt to help you.
Machina squad, thank God.
Oh, no, they were always a part of the equation. So it looks like they are focusing all 4 of their shots on the members of the front that are surrounding Rodger. So that's going to be 4 attacks against those 3 guys. So the first one is that hits and deals. Nice. Okay. A little bit of damage. The second one hits again and kills him. All right.
Why do they even need us?
Oh, they need you. Because when you hit like you did, Magdohr, and you squished their whole body. Now they're going to shoot at... There's one bandit down that was attacking you. This one misses, and the next one hits, dealing... Not as much, but still taking little bits down. So one of them goes down. So now you've only got 2 around you, Rodger. One of which is wounded, the other one is not.
Okay.
And Vol, you got 3 fully healthy dudes just all around you, swinging away.
Yeah.
And it is your turn. Back to the top.
I'm gonna swing again at the person who last attacked me, so I believe is the second flanker.
Uh-huh.
Let me... It's a 21 hit.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, no way. That'd be the worst.
4 piercing damage.
All right. So 4 piercing damage
14, right?
on
4 piercing
bandit number 4.
Okay.
Did you want to have withdrawn your other short sword?
Yeah, I was gonna say
okay.
I was gonna draw my second short sword, and
Okay.
would I still be able to make an attack as well with that now?
As a bonus action.
Same. God damn it, 7. Does a 7 hit?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, it looks
Don't
like
forget.
it's the end of
Also,
Vol.
don't forget, y'all have inspiration points that you can be using at this point too.
I'll save them for the death saving throws.
Okay.
What do inspiration points do again specifically?
You can choose to give yourself advantage on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Now,
That is before
and
you make the
because
roll, though, too, yeah.
because we're still, getting used to this and getting in the swing of things, if on that last roll, if you want to use it, I'll let you use one of your inspiration points. Because normally you have to tell me before you roll, but I'm totally, I'm being forgiving because we're getting in the swing of things. I'm not going to be a dick about it.
So when I rolled the 1 on the chromatic orb, you said hush, hush. But the moment he misses on one of his 2 sword strikes, you're
He's
suddenly
almost dead. That's the only reason.
I'm almost dead.
And you are a much more
I'm at 2
experienced,
health.
but you're a much more experienced player, and they've targeted all the guys around you. He's got no help back there, and
You know
he's
what
a
that
newer
smells
player.
like? Favoritism.
No, you could say all 4 of the attacks going at the 3 guys around you instead of the other 5 bandits was favoritism.
It's okay.
Do you want to use that inspiration, Nick?
I'll take a risk. Does a 14 hit?
Oh, 14 does hit. Now, the only difference on this offhand attack, since you don't have the 2-weapon fighting, means that you only roll the dice. You don't add any modifiers.
Okay.
So it's just the dice roll.
So that's a 1d6. So give me 1 minute.
Okay.
5.
Nice. He's clinging to life as you get an extra shot in there as he reels from your first attack.
Okay. Well, I can't do much else, so let's carry on.
All right. Now we're on to there's only 1 bandit left in that higher initiative order, and he was the one that was wounded fighting against you, Rodger. But due to the attacks coming from the people around him, now he doesn't have advantage anymore because one of his allies went down. He got wounded, and so that kind of ruined their flanking and their surprise and their ability to use that tactical advantage for themselves. Does a 10 hit?
Wait, was that for me?
Yeah, for you, Rodger.
Oh, shit. For some reason, I was thinking it was for Vol. My bad. I'm sorry. No.
Nope.
Thank God.
Awesome. Cool. So that's their
Happy
advantage. Or that's
I was
their
worried
initiative.
for Nick. It turns out I should be worried for myself.
Well, now it's Nick's turn, and this guy he almost killed is going. And he has advantage. What is your armor class, Vol?
14.
14. I just want to pull this up here. This is with advantage. This is when you know the dice gods are on your side. All right, where's that 4? That is a 4 and a 1. So
Okay, I saw the 18.
I will just-
kind of
yeah, sorry.
It's
Got her
cocked,
on
it's
the DM
cocked.
side.
I'm just gonna tell you it doesn't hit. Despite We'll just say that we'll chalk it up to the fact that this guy is like coughing up blood and almost dead from your attacks.
He swings his sword and it just bounces weakly off my chest. It doesn't even make a
I was
scratch.
gonna say, he impales the guy across from you. Goku.
I bitch slap
super
him and he
instinct.
dies. His head flies off.
You dead.
Wow,
All
that
right,
doesn't work with
but
the fucking
Magdohr,
sorcerer. That's weird.
as Vol makes a comeback in the fight in the back of the caravan, Magdohr, it is your turn with this one-on-one combat that you're engaged in.
All right, so this guy is right next to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh goodness. Well, I've got to kill him.
Oh yeah.
I got to go after him. There's nothing
Remember,
I can do. Where's my D20?
anything
There it is.
done with
So-
a melee weapon within 5 feet can be declared non-lethal. If you want to keep some of these guys alive, if you want to, totally up to you.
Do I have to keep him alive?
Nope, absolutely not. You just have to when you're
I mean,
declaring.
it's your choice, dude.
If you hit when you tell me the damage, you have to say I would like to do 8 non-lethal bludgeoning damage or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
so you
that before I roll damage or?
No.
Okay.
Once you can hit them and roll the damage. Just let me know as a prerequisite to the damage that it's non-lethal.
Okay.
But like for ranged attacks and spells, they don't even have that option. So.
All right. Well, I still have my axe and my iron arm, so I'm gonna come and swing it across and down.
Okay.
Towards his kneecaps.
All right.
19.
Love it. Yeah, that absolutely hits. Slicing
To do
through
math
his,
now since I'm not
his
a roll 20.
weak leather armor.
So that's gonna be. It's gonna be non-lethal.
Okay.
Whatever I roll. 4. So
4. Oh, was it a 4 on the dice?
no, 2 plus 2.
Oh, okay. So 4 damage, as this guy was previously unhurt. But yeah, now you cut through and just give him a nice little gash across his chest. Anything else for you?
No, that'll be it.
Yeah, because what class are you, Magdohr?
Cleric.
You're a forge cleric.
But-
You don't have any bonus action things you want to do?
I don't have any. I don't
Really?
think.
Okay.
None for.
All
I
right.
can cure wounds, but that's touch. I can't get near him.
Yeah, and Cure Wounds is a full
That's
action,
also-
too.
Yeah.
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 Oh, were you hoping he had healing word stocked or something?
Yeah, well, Healing Words, yeah, it's not a first level. Okay, is it a...
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Healing Word is great. Super, super, super broken. But anyway, awesome. Great turn, Magdohr. You slice into him. And now it is Rodger's turn.
Rodger, he's having cigarettes with the Grim Reaper. He has the door open, but he's not quite walking in just yet. He's just kind of hanging on the porch.
Mm-hmm.
He's having that Saving Private Ryan moment on the beach where the gun shell shocked him, and he's just kind of looking around. Yeah, he is hurting, and he kind of looks at one a little dazed and says, "I would run if you don't want this to happen to you." And I point at the one that's damaged, and I'm going to burn my last spell slot and try again with Chromatic Orb.
Okay.
I'm going to be casting it as fire damage, and that is going to be an 18.
That
to hit.
absolutely gets him. Go ahead and roll that damage.
14 fire damage.
Woo! He turns to ash.
I did a little bit more than I literally smoked. Well, no, I figuratively smoked him this
Yeah.
time.
You almost did double his hit points remaining, so he's just a pile
I
of
stare
ash.
at the full health as I fucking torch this one right next to him, and I say, "You're next, buddy."
Awesome. All right.
Like
Inspiration point.
He doesn't know I'm out of spell slots. I mean, I
He
can
doesn't
fire
need
both
to
of them, but yeah, I can say I'm trying to intimidate him without actually doing an intimidation check. 'cause
Oh
I just
yeah.
cast him a
Inspiration point.
spell. Okay, cool.
I reward that roleplay.
Like, I'm on death's door, but I'm gonna go out.
But you're gonna pull him in with you if you go. Awesome. Anything else?
No, I'm making eye contact with this last guy, and I'm like, hey. No, that's gonna be it for my turn.
Awesome. Great job, Rodger. Now the last 2 groups of bandits are going to go ahead and go. One of which had... Oh, wait, who dealt 4 damage? That was Magdohr. Okay. Yeah, so one of them is fighting you, Magdohr, so we're going to have him roll.
Nick dealt 4 as well.
Yeah, I know, I had it, but he attacked him twice.
Oh.
So, this guy rolled an 11 to hit. How's that doing on your armor class?
Nope.
Okay. He misses once again as you are winning this battle of blows between these 2 guys. And now, Nick, you have 2 left around you, or 3? What did I say before?
I have 3, 2 full health, bandit number
And
1, and then
one
1
super hurt.
Yeah.
All right. So here is super hurt guy. Let's see if he wins this battle of attrition.
Okay.
I think that's a fail. That's a 7 to hit.
Fail.
All right, and the other 2 now are going to make their respective attacks. Okay, that is a 7 as well, and a 15.
Okay.
Do either of those hit?
7 misses, 15 hits.
All right.
Okay.
4 slashing
I'm
damage.
going to use my stone's endurance, which allows me to roll a d12 as a reaction to reduce any incoming damage.
Go ahead and do it. D12 plus your level, right?
D12
or is it plus your con mod?
My constitution modifier.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's a 1, so hang on.
A +1 to your constitution, I assume. Are you serious?
I rolled a total of 12. So
sweet. So you negate all the damage, and you're still current hit points. Yeah. So you hit. He swings at you, and then your skin literally hardens up in the area where he hits, and it chinks off as if it were hitting stone for a moment.
Yeah. And then I look at him and tell him, "What now, bitch?"
What now, bitch? Awesome.
Oh,
that's really cool. The last one is going to attack the full health one that was being stared down by Rodger. Kind of turns his head and looks a little crazy for a second, and rolls a 9 to hit.
That does not hit.
Awesome.
Nice.
Fuck that die. Keeps rolling.
We
super
survived
low.
another round.
You survive another round, and now the caravan is going to attempt to try and take advantage of the fact that they've all continued to fight you guys and not them, so they can try and assist you from dying. So
just to make sure I understand this, his response was a very crazed head cock at me. Just to make sure I get it. Okay, I just want to understand the mental well-being of these fair adventurers.
Yeah, not all of them have seened off, but this one does.
Okay, cool. This one.
Yeah, so that crazy one is going to get a shot from the homie nearby you from the caravan, and they roll a 15 to hit. That hits, dealing some damage.
Where did it hit him?
I hit him in the shoulder, and he goes, "Nah!" and just growls out at him. And the other 2 are going to target the one that Magdohr is. The one that Magdohr is fighting. The one that Magdohr is fighting. Magdohr, one of the... Wow, okay. One of them misses, and because of his dodge, the other one hits him right in the neck, killing him.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
when minions take the tower.
You guys have actually dealt more damage than they have, weirdly enough, still. But they are also, like... I'm rolling really bad as the bandits and really well as the caravan, so this is boding awesome for you at this point.
Oh, darn.
Oh, darn. Oh, no. And then the last one is going to target our stony friend in the back. One of the ones around you, not you yourself.
Yeah, because that'd be disappointing to be betrayed like that.
I killed my friend, and the one that was nearly dead that you can kind of face and off against gets hit in the side of his stomach, and he finally recoils and falls to the ground dead, taking exactly 2 damage, which is how many hit points he had. I rolled minimum damage, but he was really hurt. So now, let's just recount. Magdohr, the guy by you, is dead. So there is just one that's crazy, fighting Rodger in the front, and 2 fully health ones in the back fighting Vol.
He's trying to sell me fireworks right now. Hey, I'm Crazy Dave. I'm gonna sell you some sparklers.
Great.
Bet you for $5.
So now we're back to the top, Vol, as you've seen the first person around you go down, but you're seeing that this fight is kind of settling as the caravan members are helping to dispatch these bandits around you.
I ignored... Basically now... Vol is going to target the one that tried to get the killing blow on him that I had to use my stone endurance on. So that was what, bandit 1? Or it was the other bandit?
Yeah, one of the healthy ones. Yeah.
All right, one of the healthy ones. I'm just going to stare him down, both swords in hand, and do kind of like a cross slash. So using my action and bonus action.
Okay, if you want to roll 2d20s at once, if you can. I mean, you can do both at the same time.
X scissors.
13.
13 hits.
4 piercing damage.
Cool.
And then we'll do another one. 24.
Absolutely hits. And then this one will use no modifier.
Yeah.
If this is the bonus action one, yeah?
5 damage.
This is your offhand. Wow.
Also,
That's
you
great.
just said you did the cross slash, but you said it was piercing damage.
Was it this? Or,
No, like an
or
X.
This. Oh, okay. X gonna give it to you.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Great. So this one is, once again, after a furious flurry from our Goliath Ranger, is narrowly holding on to, it's like he's not on death's door, but he's definitely in the neighborhood. So anything else for you, Vol?
I mean, for flavor, I just stare him down. Like, I basically am towering over him, like,
Oh, yeah.
try to kill me. But
What? How tall are you?
fuck, 7'2", 7'8"?
Yeah. Well taller than this
7'1",
average 5'9" man.
That's half a foot difference. I was gonna say, pick one. Jesus. I'm 7'2". I'm 7'8".
So the good thing is that you guys have actually taken care of the bandits that had the higher initiative modifiers. So immediately after Vol now is Magdohr.
All right.
It means you three
So I'm
actually
good
have
to
the
go.
top
I'm
3
going to
initiatives.
turn around and see that Vol is just fucking slashed this guy.
Okay.
And I'm going to kind of walk up towards him, slow, don't need to waste my time. And I'm going to reach up and grab the first thing I can grab on him, and I'm going to do Cure Wounds.
Okay. And the
Which
beauty
is-
of this too is now with the flanking rules as they're written, basically if you were on a battle grid, if you could draw a line from one character square to the other and it would go through the enemy's square, it would give you advantage on the rolls. What I do is if there is an ally within 5 feet of the person that would be flanked and their numbers are equal to those who are flanking, then that flanking is negated. So you being
Okay.
there actually messed with their attack rolls. So when they attack, they will not attack with advantage anymore because he is no longer by himself.
All right. And I'm going to heal him.
Awesome.
Send that healing juices up his whatever's closest for me to grab.
It's like his knee.
I think I can grab a little higher than that. Oh,
Inner
no.
thigh?
Magdohr.
Uh,
A little early in the day for this.
There's only a few things
Please call
that are a little higher than
Magdohr
that.
is my father's name.
well, he's facing away from me, so we'll just leave
Yes.
that to the
Just
imagination.
his left butt cheek.
And I rolled a 1, so that's 4 healing.
Hey, something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like a warm sensation on your butt and feel a little more vitalitous.
Yay.
Cool.
Bolt says
Okay.
that. Yay.
Yay!
Bolt just goes, yay.
Awesome. Anything else for you, Magdohr?
I yell over to Rodger, says, I'll be over to you two in a second, boy. Just hold on.
Awesome. Okay.
Oh God, there's
Great
2
job,
of you now.
Magdohr. I'm going to give you the inspiration point for doing something that sucks because it was in character and it was necessary, but you didn't get to make an attack, and I know that you wanted to. So, inspiration point. Rodger, you're
That's
up
3.
next. Yeah, man.
Before it was Saving Private Ryan on the beach, shell shocked and all that. In his mind, everything just turned black and white as he imagines himself in like a New York 1920 style suit, fedora, and all that stuff. And he goes,
Like noir stuff.
he takes a puff of his, like, this is all in his head, and he's like, well, can't run away, can I? Because I know you'll try to shank me. Tell you what, you run, I run. And does he say anything to this? Oh yeah, he's still fucking crazy.
He turns his
It's like,
head
yeah,
and like acts like it's as if he hears you and understands you, but has no intention of moving before he kills you.
absolutely. I turn that imaginary cigarette into a firebolt and I shoot at it.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if it hits first. Well, does a 23 hit? Asking for a friend?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's gonna hit for a majestic.
Is it a 1?
It's a 3.
Oh, hey, that's not bad.
I throw the cigarette and this fireball just hits him right
There's
off. the
ashes on
forehead.
my arm.
Sorry, these things drop everywhere. Littering's cool, right?
Right. Totally.
Holy shit, you understand me now. We're totally connected. We're like brothers. Join me and we'll fight together.
Who's the crazy one now?
I know, right?
I would say, some guy who's thinking of a non-existent fantasy land is trying to communicate with the one that's just not talking. It's like, I don't know. I think we're both crazy. It's just I'm talking more at this point. But he responded. We made a connection, and I kind of look at him and was like, did I meet you on Tinder?
Don't you mean Grindr?
Grindr. Okay, no, that's fair. I mean, to be fair, Nick, I can be whatever I want to be. So it's like, I mean, if you can't handle me at my Rodger, then you can't handle me at my Rodger. That's my turn. I was not going to finish that sentence.
Okay. All right. So it is the remaining bandits' turns, as two of them are still flanking, but they do not gain the advantages because Magdohr is between. And they're going to choose their targets based on who is in front of them. And I want odds or evens from Magdohr and Vol. That's determining where the two attacks are going.
Odds.
Odds? Both of them are going
Never
to Magdohr.
tell me the odds.
All right, Magdohr. How is a 13?
Miss.
14.
Miss.
Both attacks miss. And the last one comes in from Mr. Crazy Pants Bananagram on Rodger.
I would like to use Unsettling Visage.
Great.
I am going to show tentacles shooting out of my face at him.
Blah. Great. How's an 8?
I'll show him. That misses.
Yep.
He goes crazy. He's like, I'm crazy. And I'm like, you think you're crazy? And he just sees like my flesh turn into like miniature octopus tentacles shooting out towards him. And I'm assuming I done out crazy him in this depiction here. Within question.
Yeah. I'm gonna let it. No, I'm gonna let it fly because I like the aesthetic. But technically, all Unsettling Visages is you show him your changeling form. So is your changeling form octopus face?
It is now.
Okay. I'd like to retcon some of the stuff I just said.
I was like, that's a pretty scary
Gosh darn it, he's Davy
base
Jones.
form. Ooh.
Do fear death.
Do you fear death? Now, all that being said, the aesthetic of it's fine.
I'll show him my natural form, but instead of it being a bunch of tentacle faces, it's a Windows Movie Maker transition tentacle that reveals my face from the skin. So it's just my skin kind of splits apart for a second to show my real face.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
He rolled an 8. He missed. That's all fucking
Absolutely.
matters.
He rolled bad. And he looks, and he grunts at you a little bit.
I grunt back at him more seductively.
And at that point, though, I'm going to... Yeah, he's still going to stick around. He looks around and, looks as if he might flee for a moment. But then
now he wants to run.
Yeah, you just showed him. You're a changeling, man. Those things are freaky looking to the common folk.
I thought I was good up there, but
there's a reason why you can use your reaction
to
to give somebody disadvantage on their attack roll. Because it's freaky. You know,
I'm not arguing. I just thought it was funny.
It's like a blind Lord Voldemort with big old bad eyes or something. Anyway, that's the end of their turn, and we're back to the caravan. And at this point, the horses are starting to freak out as they're starting to feel the combat around them. So I'm going to have them roll to maintain control of the horses. And actually, they all do. One narrowly, the one in the third cart almost starts to freak out, but then he actually hops off of the seat and then gets down on the horse and starts taking care of it and making sure that it's calmed. And he's like, "You guys need to take care of this now." And we're back to the top with Vol.
So I'm still staring down the one who's in Death's neighborhood, and then I've got one to my back, another bandit. With my main hand, I'm gonna swing around to the one behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Does 11 hit?
Narrowly misses.
Damn. I finish the swing, and then with the short sword in my offhand, I take a stab at the one I wounded.
Okay.
Does a 6 hit?
6 does not.
Alright.
That's a nat 1, everybody.
Oh, it was a crit fail.
Yeah.
Very different than a 6. So technically, a 1 is a 1. A 1 misses if they have a 2 AC. So But
Yeah,
a 20
no,
also
then it was
hits
one,
if they
yeah.
have a 20,000 AC. So yeah, okay. So yeah, you miss. And as you extend your hand out because you were trying to like finish him off while starting on the other guy. It feels like as far as the combat goes, the flow of combat. But since you were more focused on the first attack with your main hand, you accidentally hit part of the wagon with your knife or with your sword and drop it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I get inspiration for screwing him over? No, please don't. Please don't.
Well,
don't,
no, I
'cause
mean,
I'd feel even
part
worse
of
about
that,
No,
part of
I
that
mean,
is
he was
also
gonna-
I didn't like I'm still getting used to it. Like I didn't realize it was the one without the modifiers. So
Yeah, I figured as
Would
much.
you like to, since you're being totally fair with him this entire fight, since I rolled the one earlier with my chromatic orb, would you like me to shoot it at one of the horses or something instead then?
No, I tend to make crit fails things that are not like heavily detrimental. It's like you trip, you drop your weapon. It's not like your spell explodes and hits somebody else. Now, sometimes depending on the circumstance, like if you attack an enemy like with a spell that's really close to an ally, if the circumstances dictate a critical fail hitting your ally, sure. But like there was no allies close to you when you were fighting that guy, so I'm not going to penalize it that way, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's all going to depend on the scene. So we'll try to keep it very narrative. So you just remember though, I'm your friend. I might be trying to kill you, but I'm also trying to tell a story collectively with all of you. So if it sucks, it's going to suck so that it can get better. Fair?
He just doesn't want us to unsub.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Wait, who was
That's
loud?
fair.
Who just went?
that was me, Vol.
That was Vol. Okay, awesome. But Vol, you drop your weapon. Now, your turn is not over. Like I said, the things that happen are just not... They're just kind of sucky. So
Right.
if you want to pick it back up right now, you can. It doesn't end your turn.
No, we'll let it go.
Okay.
Yeah.
You let the narrative happen. All right. Inspiration point. Magdohr, your turn.
Did you have something you wanted to say, Tyler, before I start this?
No.
All right. I interrupted. So I'm going to turn and look at Vol, say, hey, watch where you're swinging that thing. And then I'm going to come
As I
around.
look down to the 4-foot something before me, sure, okay.
Watch where you're swinging that thing, boy.
Just don't swing under my hip and I'll be fine.
Can I feel it? The sword just grazing the top of my hair.
Yeah, I gave you a little bit of a trim.
Yeah, a buzz cut.
He's got the monk look now.
So I'm assuming since the guys attacked me and he attacked them, we're kind of like all in this mosh pit style
this
thing.
fray.
All right, would I be able to swing my warhammer and hit multiple people for disadvantage? No. Okay, I wasn't sure.
No, like I think there is.
Cleave rules.
Yeah, there's that sort of thing. I think that may be a feature. Yeah, that's a ranger feature actually.
Okay.
That rangers can get. So I don't want to give class features away for free.
No,
So
it's fine.
that's the only thing.
I didn't know.
No, you're fine. You're absolutely fine.
I'm gonna look at the one that's injured,
Okay.
and again, I'm gonna go for his kneecaps, try to do some non-lethal damage,
Okay.
and definitely didn't hit him. A 7.
7 misses. Man. Whew. I thought we were finishing off this fight in a hot
It
minute.
doesn't miss beast.
Yeah.
Anything else for you, Magdohr?
Oh. No. I'm good. I'm done.
You do have 3 inspiration points. You can give yourself
I know.
another action.
I
You can give
don't
yourself
need it
another-
now. I'm gonna save it till after we kill the final boss.
Okay,
And,
I'm going to let you know. This is something that I want to say before this, just so you understand. I don't reset inspiration points between sessions, but I do reset them on long rests.
So the inspirations we would have gotten from the tavern would have been long gone. And that
Oh,
one
yeah.
time that Brandon sat short in the camera was for not, because we didn't have a bar fight. Rip.
Yeah. So technically, yeah, I'm going to allow any inspiration points you currently have, don't worry about it, whether or not you took a long rest between them. But, like, if you guys finish this fight and get to a long rest, all 3 of those inspiration points reset.
all right. I'll use it now then, and
Okay.
I'll come back through and try to do a reverse swing.
Love it. Big old
And,
bonky boy. That's what I am.
The famous reverse swing.
17
Also known as
hits.
R&B.
All right. And then I forgot to mention too, since I cured him earlier, it was one hand swing, so a little bit less damage, but
D instead of
incapacitating
D10.
as well.
Wow, look at you, Brandon. I'm so proud of you.
It still did 8 damage. Or 7
Great.
damage, sorry.
Yeah, so you pop him super hard. We'll say the first attack hit, but it didn't do any damage. So you hit his knees, and that brought his head down lower, and as you rotated the hammer back, or you were Warhammer, right?
Yeah.
Right. You bring the Warhammer back as his body kind of like turns to the side, and you just bop him on the side of the head, and he falls to the ground unconscious. Because 2 of them are unconscious now.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's it for
anything
me.
else?
I'm good.
And now, technically, if you wanted to slide around this last remaining guy, you could give Vol advantage on his next attack. Because then you would be flanking.
I mean, does he need it?
I don't know, he's missed, what, 2 attacks? At least 2 attacks in a row.
Yeah, no, I'll be fine. I'm
Okay.
not on death's door.
I'll remember for next time, but for this time, I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Great job, Magdohr. Rodger, you're up.
Cool. I'm still bleeding out here. I'm trying to outdo this fine gentleman.
Out crazy him.
Yeah, like at this point, it's like I want to show the team that I can show them that I am capable of handling things on my own, or at least I can do as much, with the team, and not being somebody that's falling behind and stopping the threat. And so I'm like I'm huffing, I'm heaving, I got fire trying to shoot at my fingertips, and I'm like, oh, you poor fool, Kakarot. And I'm going to try to point at him and cast hopefully one last firebolt. And let's see. And I am gonna use my inspiration for this.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll with advantage, and that's gonna be great because that's gonna be a nat 20.
Boom. Go ahead and roll double damage dice.
Thank you. I was worried you were gonna tell me it's a 17, by the way. That you were gonna tell me that he's dead. It's like, I know, but let me say the damage. Let me say what I do.
Oh no, I don't know if
needed
he's dead
this.
or not. Just because spells have no modifiers usually, so you're just rolling dice.
Yeah, it could
you
be
could roll
2
2. Yeah.
Or,
So how much damage was it?
17 fire damage.
Holy shit! Incinerated.
Yeah, it does a 10 and then a 7. Like this.
Yeah.
Whew, mercy. Who needs favored by the gods when you got hits like these? I sense an extra surge of magic as I try to, I'm mad. Like, my character personally is mad, and obviously he tried to do a Vegeta quote, and he sees the surge of extra power coming from within himself, and he goes, welcome to Rodger's big attack! And it's not a cigarette, it's a full-on fat stogie that just hits him in the face, and it did more damage than my chromatic orb. I'm pretty sure it turned him to ashes.
Oh, fire consumes him, and the ashes are significantly smaller. Before there was bones, now there are no bones. Bones burnt.
You can still hear him laughing in your dreams.
I'll sleep soundly every night.
Okay.
I got one eye closed at this point, but I turn my gaze over at Vol, and I try to see if he notices my my finishing strike on my side of the battlefield.
Because your passive is what, a 15 Vol?
14.
14? Yeah, you still see that. Yeah, it's hard to miss this tiny little supernova at the front of the caravan.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
I don't care if he responds necessarily, but I just wanted to, at the least, make sure that he know I pulled my slack over here. And I'm going to say for flavor, I'm going to use my movement speed to get off the horse by falling off of it.
Okay.
And I'm going to drop to the ground prone.
You fall.
That's going to be my turn.
What is the purpose of this falling to the ground prone?
For dramatic purposes, of course.
What?
Like, I'm going to look like I did my final
so much
attack
energy.
to stop him. Yeah, no, like, ugh.
Okay, it's
Vol,
like
and then I
breathing
drop,
heavily, sort of thing.
Like, I just did my final blow. Maybe I'm dead over here. Maybe I'm not. Who's to say besides Rodger at this point?
Okay.
He's trying to make a performance at this
Yeah,
point.
make a performance check.
Oh, shit.
But because of that amazing attack, and burst of energy, and the fact that you are actually very hurt, you have advantage on the roll.
Okay, cool. It didn't help too much. I got an 11. So it's like a Mel Gibson like drop from the horse. It's like it's more corny than actual serious. So it's
you don't know if you were failed yet. What are your guys' passive insights? So any passive is going to be 10 plus the skill that I say's modifier. So whatever number
15.
you normally... 15 for Magdohr, and for Vol?
12.
12. Yeah, you both noticed that he's probably not dead, but he's just very hurt and probably looking for a little bit of attention.
Yeah, like it looked convincing for a second, but they both see me, kind of look up just to make sure everybody knows I did that.
It's
and
like
then I like put my head back down. It's like heads up, 7 up, where you completely cheat. You're like, somebody come towards me, and they put your head back down.
Or like when a baby is crying for a thing that is not necessary, and they're just doing it for attention, and they're like, and they're just looking to see if anybody notices, and nobody is, so they
like,
continue crying. Awesome. Great job. All right, Rodger. The last bandit is going to go, and I'm going to see if he's sticking around. He's steely. He is he's going to stick around and try and fight this to the
Rodger.
end. So he is going to try and finish off our Goliath friend, who has been very stalwart through this fight, despite being kind of the focus of most of their attacks. How's a 21 look for you?
Hit. Miss. Yeah, no, that just miraculously misses.
5
Yeah.
slashing
Okay.
damage?
I'll take it.
You conscious still?
Yeah.
How many hit points did you have at level 1? Oh, he healed you.
He healed me.
That's
Yeah.
right,
Saved
and
his
you
fucking
Stone's
life,
Endurance.
is what I did.
Good work. Great job, everyone. That's freaking great. So Bandit attacks, thinking he's going to take you down, but then, you just don't. You just don't go down, and he's like, what the hell are you? And he's going to try and, let's see if... Oh,
my God,
his resolve has failed him, and he books it off into the forest.
Legendary Super Saiyan.
So Magdohr and Vol, you both have a chance to use your reaction to make attacks of opportunity against him.
Ooh.
Which
Brandon
is just a single melee
reaches
attack.
for the dice. He's like, mercy.
Why wouldn't I?
Do I do my bonuses for that?
Yep, it's just
I
like your
rolled a
normal
21
attack.
then.
Great, yeah, you hit him. Vol, did you want to hit him, or do you want to just let him go?
Oh yeah. Wait, is he at full health?
Yeah, he hasn't been hit yet.
Okay. Is it okay if I wait for
nice.
the damage roll from Magdohr first?
No. You got to tell me whether or not you're making the attack
I
before
wanna,
you know.
Okay, so I'm asking because I want to attack, but I want to wait until I see how much damage to decide which weapon.
Oh, no, it will be main hand. It'll be main hand,
okay,
no matter what.
Then
Yeah.
does a 24 hit?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, and for the sake of drama, why don't you guys, in Roll20, add that up and decide who's going to tell me how much damage you collectively dealt.
Oh, let me do that. It's going to
Just
show
type
as
it
a
out,
roll
Brendan.
again.
Yeah,
but...
no, you can just type it out.
Oh,
Okay.
that's all you.
So, 14.
All right, yeah, so he feels steely in the moment, despite his allies going down, makes an attack, sees that he just can't take you down, Vol,
Goliath
and goes,
has golden
screw
hair."
this, and just books it, looking out for his own self-interest, and as he does, because you're wielding 2 short swords and he's got a warhammer.
I have one hand empty because I dropped mine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. So you pop his knees once again, Magdohr, to the side, and Vol comes down and slices right through his neck as his body was turned sideways and decapitates him in front of you.
I'm fully watching.
And
Like,
that
from the
is...
ground, like, I gave out the performance. I'm like, whoa.
Combat. You're
We
out of
survived.
combat. How many hit points did you all have?
I have 11 total. I currently have 7. I was down to 3.
Okay.
I have 13.
Did you ever get hit? Awesome. And Rodger, what are you at, buddy?
Up until the very end, I've been edging at 2 health the entire time.
Wow. I just needed to
like I
hit
said,
once with that crazy dude.
I was desperate enough to use unsettling visage that
Wow.
I had a whole like half a pack of cigarettes with death on his patio and whatnot, but he kept inviting me in. I said, "No, I'm good, man. I got places to go."
All right, so we're out of combat.
right.
But you see your friend on the ground. He is very bloody.
I was going to say,
I put my head back on the ground.
can I walk up to him or waddle up to him?
Oh, yeah.
And be like,
Now we're all out of combat, so it's whatever you want to do narratively. So
be like, hey, boy, I can heal you once more. Do you want it now or later?
I'd like to perform what appears to be rigor mortis.
Oh, they know you're not. It's obvious by what he's saying that he knows you're not dead. So you can make the performance check, but you're going to do it at disadvantage.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I rolled a 16.
Mine's only 15.
For this one, since you're watching him, you're actively paying attention. Before, it was just the fact that you noticed him fall off, like you didn't actively look. You can make an insight check and roll it if you would like.
Well, I did it and rolled 20, but it was a 13.
Okay, yeah, no, it looks like you thought he wasn't. You thought he was messing, but apparently he's just dead, and he's now into rigor mortis. So
He's
your
dead.
Your friend has died.
Do we bury him here, or do we just move on?
I'm not paying attention. I'm tying up
Whoa.
unconscious bandits.
He doesn't even care.
Yeah, there's two of them.
Yeah, and then
Because you know he's messing.
yeah, and then gathering the bodies and tossing them off to the side, and then taking anything usable, salvaging. I'm already
Well,
getting
we're
to
gonna
work.
start praying to Moradin here to take his soul and bring it into
getting ready to-
the great forge of the afterlife.
And then I come back and
I
I
was
see
gonna actually-
Magdohr digging a grave. I'm like, the
With
fuck
my
are you
iron
doing,
hand,
dwarf?
just digging it out.
He's my only companion.
Yeah,
He sounded just like me. He said I drank and I looked great.
and despite what you saw before, Vol, it does look like he's dead. He's dead. He's in rigor mortis. Unless you want to make a check to determine otherwise.
Give him a kick.
Cue the evanescence.
You give him a kick. Go ahead and make that performance check again with disadvantage.
I thought you were going to make him kick and do damage to see if he actually kills
No,
me.
con saving throw to maintain your to not go to not react.
Oh shit!
22.
22 on a con saving throw with disadvantage.
With disadvantage, if you're going to give it to me, an 8.
Okay, yeah. You hear a little bit of just a little bit of air comes out of his.
It's just a gas
Dead
leaving
mouth.
my lungs.
Get up, boy. We've got work to do.
Okay, Jesus. Oh.
Yeah, and so Magdohr, you see who you thought was previously dead, just like stands up.
I
just walk
rise
away.
again. I am the Mind Freaker.
Okay.
Sorry. Making a Chris Angel
All right.
reference.
So
And the
I'm gonna
caravan
walk
leader
back to
comes
my
up
boat.
to Vol because Vol had tied up the living bandits that were unconscious, and he says, "What do you want to do with them? Because we need to get moving if we're going to keep on schedule."
we'll keep moving. We'll take them with us. We were told to bring in any alive if we could.
Okay,
Great.
great. You're
But
responsible for them.
Yeah. We'll keep them in the back. Tie them to the horses, and I'll lead them.
Okay.
So wake them up before we set off, and then we'll just yeah.
So effectively, they have 1 HP. You have to wait 30 or 40 minutes for them to kind of come to, but they've got 1 HP, and they'll follow behind the horses.
Okay.
Kind of bound here, right?
Yeah.
Bound at the wrists. Cool.
Yeah. Do we find anything useful with the bandits?
Yeah. We'll say you find like 12 silver pieces
Okay.
total. I don't like using copper if I don't have to. So effectively, no. Here it is. Ready for this?
Blade.
Each, if we divide the loot equally, kind of WoW style,
Yeah.
each one of you gets 3 silver and 10 copper. Fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did want to say, I don't know if you took this into account, and I just realized I had this. My ranger, I have natural explorer for force. Okay. Just
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why you guys aren't making survival checks, because you
Okay.
can't get lost. You're very familiar with these woods.
um,
Despite the fact that this is a not well-traveled road, you guys are fine.
I serious the fuck up, and I do look at Magdohr, and I say, Mag, yes, could you please heal me? Please. Not please.
I just kind of punch him a little bit, not like a fist punch. Push him a little hard,
like a
and
palm.
fine. Take the heal, and I'll heal him for. Hold on, where's my
I drop dead. Performance check.
nine health?
Oh, wow. Are you at
Nice.
full now?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm at full health again.
Nice.
I live
Yeah, so he pops you in the chest or whatever, and you feel, and the cool thing I like about healing magic is that it gets rid of the major issues, but there's still like minor bruising and scraping, so you can still see when someone's been in combat, their muscles are still sore, but there's no life-threatening issues going on, but you feel significantly better.
Wow. Ooh, man. I gotta learn how to heal like this. This is great. Wow, man.
And I did want to say, it's not that Vol is not concerned, is that they're still on a job, so there's no time to be horsing around, and he's pretty much used to Rodger's antics at this point. So. But I'm all set to carry on.
Okay.
I kind of like brush off the dirt, and I do look at Vol, and I said, I warned you. A plus C equals D, and we were missing the F. A plus F plus C.
We weren't missing
D.
anything. She told us we'd be walking to a trap, and we knew that, and we've dealt with it.
A plus F plus C. If you take all this fucking crap, that makes you the D, dumbass. And I get back on my horse.
I pat him on the shoulder, and I say, good job, and then continue back to my horse.
I'm imagining
I do pause at that, and I don't show my face. And I sniff, and I get back on the horse.
Rodger sitting on the horse and Vol just towering over him, just patting him on the shoulder like this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Arm level.
I also like the idea that, since you're at the Vol, you're at the back, and Rodger, you're at the front, and Magdohr, you're in the middle, they have this little interesting altercation sort of thing, and then they make their separate ways, and you're just in the middle, like, I don't know, like, I would assume a little confused about how, because you haven't spent too much time around them. And so this dynamic that they have, this dynamic they have,
very dysfunctional, basically.
It's very interesting,
yeah.
to say the least. Great. But the caravan leader makes known that they need to get going and starts the caravan moving forward. They've calmed the horses. None of them were injured in the process, so they're, you did your job. And
Yay.
Later that evening, as this was kind of about midday, if I remember correctly, you make your way out of the forest, and about an hour into the night, the starry sky above you, early fall kind of setting in. Not a lot of clouds, but if they are, they're wispy and high in the sky. And you make your way into Long Saddle, where there's an inn that's paid for by the caravan leader, and he gives you each keys to a room so you can stay the night, and then he lets you know that they will be making way back the next day in the morning as they have a return, but it's not as big of a return because one of the actual carts was paid for and is staying here. And there is a little bit of stuff going back, but it's going to be much easier on the horses so they can move quicker on the way back.
Magdohr's going to look at the caravan leader and say, No, keep your room. I'll find somewhere warm for me. It's a blacksmith's forge only for me. So,
I mean,
he'll spend his money to go sleep near a forge. If he can.
Yeah, I'm rolling to see. Yep, you can. You absolutely can. I was rolling to see if there was a place. I mean, it's like you find a blacksmith where the warmth of the what is it called? The forge.
Furnace?
The warmth of the forge itself
forge.
is actually on the front side of the building, and so there's like a bench on an overhung porch, and you can crash on that bench if you want, and you'll be shielded from the elements, and you even have a bench to sleep on. Inspiration point, Magdohr. I know it's going to go in the morning, start with an inspiration point, because that's freaking crazy and fun.
My character does still technically hear the laughter of Crazy Dave and his sparklers, at least in my head. That's how he got portrayed to me out of my paranoia. I do try to stay the night with in Vol's room.
Okay.
Normally I'm funny and whatnot. I'm goofing off. I knock on the door and I just give him like a serious but silent look.
I've got the prisoners in my room, and I'm kind of like half asleep, half guarding. Because I can't remember. Did Algira ask to bring the prisoners? Like, if we could capture any back to her?
Mm-hmm. They would like to bring them to justice within the court system,
Okay, so the plan
as well as get information.
Right, so the plan I would have likely made would be to take them in the last wagon back with all of us. So I'm keeping guard.
Okay. Though you can't, if you stay awake all night, you will gain a level of exhaustion. So if you do this by yourself, you are going to suffer some negative consequences.
I'll let Rodger rest up first, and then force him to do a shift with me. So I would.
So he just make sure then when I do knock, you do let me in, just
Yes.
for the sake of guard duty. Okay. Like I'm shook. Like now that everything's settled down and whatnot, like I tried doing the whole repression thing to shake off the spookiness there at the end of the fight, but by the time I get to the house, like that tavern room, I'm still like a little shaken, and I kind of lean against the wall and I find like a nice soft spot against wherever I can find it in the room. I avoid the bed actively for particular reasons, and I do not care if these guys see me at this point, because I did reveal myself to them, and I do pop the bra at this point, and I revert back to my changeling form.
Awesome.
Yeah, I pull out the dagger and I go, well. Well, if we're gonna play guard, I'll go first.
They both kind of like look at you, and they're like, "What are you?
Do you want to die?" And I pull
Do
out the dagger.
You weirdo!
Um,
Where are your pupils? Why don't you have a nose? Why is your skin gray? What are you?
I gag them.
You're lucky I don't have my Death Eaters.
Okay.
And then
All
I
right.
tie up their legs as well.
Cool.
But before I gag them, I take out the gag again, give them some water to drink, and then gag them. Because I'm not inhumane.
He spits it in your face.
I give him a backhanded punch,
Vol.
and knock him unconscious, and then gag him again.
Cool.
We said we had to take him back alive. They're not going to count the toes. And as I kind of like shake the dagger a little bit.
Are they tied to each other, like back to back?
No, separately.
Separately?
That's, yes, let's say separately, but their legs and arms are bound.
The other one's like, "I'll take some water.
Okay, here you go. Here you go.
I'm not gonna spit it at you." And he like receives it, and he's
then I
like,
gag
"Sorry
him
about my
as well.
friend. He's an idiot."
And then I...
May I cast message to him? And I say,
Choose your words wisely, friend. What were you going to say?
My friend's an idiot.
yes, he is. I say that out loud because I can only, I'm not going to recast it. So
Let's
Vol
cantrip.
just hears me. Yeah, well, I mean, I could keep casting it, but just for that one spell cast, I'll just say it out loud and I say, yes, he is.
And he just nods.
And, I look around this room. What is there for blankets and pillows?
Not much. It's pretty simple. There's a light quilt and a single sheet on top of there's 2 sheets and a basic quilt with 1 pillow on the twin size bed.
All right. Would you say that I was in my room initially and I grabbed my own pillow and blanket then?
Yeah, if
and
you
I
want
kinda
to have
ran
brought
over like
those
a
over.
frightened child.
Yeah, you can.
I was the scared child that went over to my parents' room.
But you remember, you also have you also have a bedroll within the context of your traveling stuff. So if you want to bring your bedroll and use that with the blanket and stuff, you can use that as well.
Sure. I'm gonna take the blanket and pillow that I had with me, and I'm going to, out of compassion, throw the blanket over the friendlier person that we defeated and fluff up a pillow behind him.
And he
And
kind
I
of goes.
say,
He goes.
yeah, no problem. I always believe in proper treatment before the execution. And I'm going to pull out the bedroll and throw it next to the bed and lie down. And I say, the only pillow I need is the comfort of the traveler. And
Out of my sleep, I backhand him as well and knock him unconscious. Shut the fuck up.
I was gonna... Okay, now that's
Unconscious.
okay. I start staring at the dagger and I start, kind of like mumbling to it a little bit.
So who's taking first watch on these?
Rodger.
Yeah, I did say I would, so I'm gonna roll over and I'm gonna have the dagger in hand. Like, I'm half meditating. It's not even anything that's ceremonious, but I'm keeping a lookout at these goons sitting in the corner, bound and gagged. One a little bit more comfortable. One's like getting the Holiday End treatment. The other one's getting the Brandon, what's the name of a terrible hotel that we probably won't get any kind of advertising revenue from?
Motel 6?
Motel 6. The other one's getting the Motel 6
I'm
treatment.
staying at a Motel 6 at TwitchCon.
Motel 6 for all your cockroach needs.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, there we get sued for slander. Roll for slander. I'm going to roll a deception here. I'm just kidding.
Oh, they're great.
let me
I love
actually roll
Motel
it.
6.
I rolled a
Affordable?
21 in deception, so yeah, Motel 6, okay, yeah. But yes, I do watch. Well, I just wanted to make it a prominent point. I do have a dagger.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Fuck. A 10.
A 10? Great. Yeah.
Yes. Lower middling success.
Yeah, so you sit there watching, and neither of them look like they're particularly, like when you knock someone out, it takes, between, a few minutes to several hours for them to wake up, and neither of them look like they've woken up. But then at some point, despite the fact that they don't look like they've woken up, the one who was kind of mouthing off, not the nice one, quote unquote, looks like his hands are moving as if he's trying to mess with his bindings about 2 hours into your watch.
Absolutely. And I do cast a message and say,
If I see your hands move again, I'm going to start cutting fingers, and maybe you'll be able to escape from the bonds a little bit easier, but then Vol's going to have fun with you. And his hands feel great.
And you see his eyes. He looked asleep, and he opens his eyes and looks in your direction, and just, you can tell that his eyes are a little wider, and he just, nods slowly, as if he understands and he will stop what he is doing. But the rest of your shift goes off without a hitch. Inspiration point when you wake up in the morning. That was awesome. And after a few more hours, they don't move. But at the end of your shift, the other one does seem to stir a little bit. But he's moved from being unconscious to just being asleep.
comfortable.
Yeah, he's got a pillow and a blanket. He's feeling good. But yeah, Vol, you wake to see your young friend diligently watching, kind of spinning and playing with that dagger.
It's your turn to rest, boy.
Maybe the moment I felt Vol get up, I start getting glassy-eyed, and it might take him a second, but I already fell asleep with my eyes open. And he gives me a little poke, and I just kind of fall backwards, and I fall asleep.
You don't fall asleep when he pushes you over?
Oh, wait, what?
No, he means he was
you said
in a sitting position, and he'd already fallen asleep by the time I told him that he could, and so I poked to check if he'd actually fallen asleep, and he just falls over asleep, he has.
Oh, so you just stay asleep when you say.
Yeah, I fall asleep right into my cushion roll. Yep.
Awesome.
And the dagger, of course, falls safely to the side.
Yeah.
The
rest of the night goes off
1d4
without a
piercing
hitch
damage.
too. You, Vol, you watch them. You don't, know why, but one of them does seem as though he stirs. The one that you had to kind of initially, mess up. But when he opens his eyes out of his sleep, he sees you awake, staring at them, and kind of
I just imagine in the
looks and
darkness,
avoids
just
your
the glint of
eyes.
the moonlight in his eyes, and he's just
he's like,
Drax, not moving, just watching.
and he's what?
Sorry,
Yeah. No, yeah, that's good. That's the imagery is true.
Yeah, especially because I think my what did I say? My eyes are green. And it was just in the dark. His green eyes is looking at them. I was gonna start. I was gonna plan on starting, or at least Vol was start packing up the wagon. And considering I'm a Goliath, I'm just gonna hoist both of them on my shoulders, and I'm just gonna walk them out, let Rodger kind of rest, pack them onto the wagon, and start, and just wait. I figured it'd be easier to guard them outside now.
Sure. Yeah, towards the end of your rest. Yeah. Towards the end of your rest, you know that you can see the dim light of the sun starting to peek up over the horizon. You know that it's about time. Everyone's going to start waking up. You wanted to get a head start. Easier to guard them outside. They won't be in the way when you're starting to load up they're starting to load up the wagons. But what's up?
For Magdohr in the morning, when the forge fires up and he wakes up to the ringing of hammers and everything, kind of wakes up with a little smile on his face, reminded him home, and it kind of reminds him of why he had to leave on his journey here. So he's going to walk into the blacksmith, or I don't know if it's a building or just a little hut, but talk to whoever is working on
it's
there?
locked currently because it's not open.
Oh, he's gonna knock on the door then.
Okay. Yeah, you see a stout dwarf kind of like peek his head through the window, and he's wearing like the traditional blacksmith's apron. He looks a little sooty already, as if he's been working for a few hours, and he says, "What do you need?"
I was wondering if you heard anything about any rare metals coming in this area.
No, further in the hills, yes, but here it's pretty common stuff, mostly iron, copper, that sort of stuff.
All right, that's
Silver.
all I need. Get back to work. And I just walk away.
That's friendly dwarven talk, I'm sure.
Keep your feet on the ground. Yeah. So yeah, you step away from the blacksmith, which was just across the street. And if you imagine Longsaddle is kind of like an old western town. It's a little hillier here than it would have been in the Old West, but very similar in the fact that it is all desertous and there's not a lot of heavy foliage. And if there is, it's very it's very brown, or it's a cactus, some sort of succulent. But yeah, you head over and you see Vol loading up the two prisoners up onto the cart, and the rest of the wagon train is beginning to load up the three remaining wagons that are going to come back with the small amount of stuff. And Rodger, you hear the sounds of voices. They wake you up from below outside, and Vol and the prisoners are not there when you wake up.
I don't see, I wake up and I look intense for a second, but I don't see any signs of a fight or blood or anything, so yeah. I only assume that Vol does what Vol does, and I just kind of go, another beautiful day for old Rodger. And I slowly shift into default character number 1 since we are in a new town. It'll look kind of odd from maybe the tavern folk, or he just won't recognize me, and I'm going to take a glance out the window and see if I see where my partner is. Absolutely. You see Magdohr walking up to the cart where both of the prisoners are sitting kind of on, for lack of a better term, on a truck when they lower the bed, the little thing that opens up the back. Tailgate. They're sitting on that. They're sitting on the tailgate, and thank you for that. And it looks like they've about loaded up the wagons, but they're all outside and should be able to depart within a few minutes. Would you say they are from me?
Oh, 50 feet. Just out the window and down the floor.
All right. I'm just going to message to Rodger and say,
are we ready to go soon?
You're going to message
yourself?
I'm sorry. I'm going to message Vol. Well, I asked myself.
You hear your own voice. You're like, are you ready to go soon?
Oh, God. I forgot that. Let's not, we only talk to each other on Saturday. Let's have the communion later.
And then I recast message at Vol. Hey, Vol did it once, and it was funny last time, so I'm going to roll with it. And I'll ask the same question to him. So he just hears me just, excuse me, out of the blue, just random talking,
saying, hey, are we leaving soon?
Yes.
You turn your head like a look, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's quiet.
20 minutes.
10-4. I'll be down there as soon as I can.
And I'll begin packaging up the stuff that's left in there and getting it ready to depart.
Making sure you don't leave anything in the hotel room.
Right.
I'm gonna, in my walking up to Vol, I'm gonna be, so what are we doing with these two? Are we having someone watch them, or are we just gonna let them do their own thing?
Well, Algira wanted some prisoners back. We'll maintain the same formation, but it's going to be easier now because it's just the one wagon. Yeah.
This is the less jerky one who's trying to talk to you, but he's still gagged.
Why do you got him gagged now?
Yeah,
afraid of what they're going to say.
Let's see what this one has to say. This one was the nicer one.
You need to
gag out?
Gag. Okay. He says, sorry. No, I don't. We can't be brought back. They'll kill us.
Well,
it's only felonious assault. I'm not here, though.
You've been stealing supplies, or so we've been told.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta survive.
That's fair, but we've got a job to do.
We used to be members of the guild, like the Traders Guild, the Merchants Guild. We're all people who have been screwed by Neverwinter, and we've got to survive somehow.
What are you talking about?
Oh man, I think you've been brought into something that you don't understand.
And there's nothing
not-
suspicious here.
We're not
Fucking
bad
tell me
guys.
that fucking boy was right. Oh my goodness.
We're not bad guys.
You hear said boy shouting from inside. What do you mean? What do you mean? There's no continental breakfast? What is this shit?
And the other guy who was a dick, you hear him go.
Punch him out.
And he's at full health, so you're gonna have to punch him for a while.
Okay.
I'll
I'll just stand.
In the middle of the streets, you punch a person who's not been brought to trial 7 or 8 times until he's unconscious.
No.
Oh, I missed that time.
What are you doing?
I would. No, I give him a light thump. Hopefully that gets him to stop talking. I half draw my sword.
He's not afraid of you, Vol, as I joined the phrase. Like, didn't you hear his cocky ass earlier? Although he does apparently like his fingers, and also he has a thing for choking.
Alright, enough.
And the nicer guy says, sorry, he's just hot-headed, but he's not a bad guy.
Do I see any of the members from the caravan around? Like,
Yeah, they're there for this whole thing.
okay. I regag the nice guy.
Okay.
And then I let the caravan leader know, like, we're ready to go. Magdohr, you're gonna pull up the front. Rodger, you're gonna sit at the back with me.
And
When have I
Rodger,
ever gone to the front? I could barely see over the horse's neck.
First time for
That was
everything.
your first mission with us. I was gonna say, this is only 2. We're trying to rotate.
and Rodger, you've come out now, though, yeah? You were out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like I said, I walked out the moment I heard Vol trying to trash talk the hot-headed one.
Okay.
And
Got it.
so yeah, I joined the fray at this point with my bag, which I assume I can throw my my bedroll into one of the caravans or something like that.
Yeah, you just toss it in a wagon.
Or attached to the horse, whatever. The one that.
However
Something.
you want it to narratively work is fine.
I open up my bag of holding I found under the bed over in Vol's room and just threw it in.
Before we
No, okay.
yeah, before we set off, I would imagine that we're still holding on to like some of the things that we got from the bandits. One of the daggers, if any of the bandits had a dagger, I'm gonna give that back to the nice bandit.
Yeah, you were able to find 3 salvageable daggers from them.
I give the nice bandit 1 dagger, and
Okay.
very quietly, I tell him to not do anything stupid and wait for my signal.
He looks a little confused.
Fuck the mean
do
one.
anybody else see this?
What?
Do I see this?
What's your passive perception?
An 11. Like, I was right next to Vol.
Oh, here.
I was
Make
gonna
a
say,
sleight
do I
of
not
hand roll. So if it's an 11 or less, you will notice.
I rolled an 18.
Yeah, apparently I was looking around. Yeah, sorry.
I rolled an
What
18.
was that, Vol?
Great, yeah,
That
you
was my
don't see
bad.
it.
Yeah, I was just looking at the sky saying, man, it's great to have these 2 prisoners. I mean, it's nice to have these 2 prisoners. And, I look at the nice one, who, just kind of like shimmies, looks around like, as he gets handed the dagger, he's like, it's a good thing you guys are cooperative and you don't want to run away. Otherwise, there'd be, disastrous consequences. But thankfully, we're all lie-abiding. the guy's just nodding. Yep, And it's like, Vol here is going to take care of you, and as long as everybody's good, everything will work out just fine. Right, Vol?
Sure.
And I cast message to the guy going, and I was like,
What the fuck do you say about my mother?
Are you a different guy? Why does your how are you different?
How am I different?
You look different.
I shaved.
And your skin's a different color.
It's only like 1 pixel off.
What's a pixel? Like a pixie?
Yes, the shade of pixie determines the color of the skin.
Great. Awesome.
I'm gonna say, you can have me roll a deception if you want.
No, you're fine.
It's me, Rodger. I didn't
Oh.
get enough moonlight. For some reason I sound like Stan Smith now.
You look like a different guy. That's cool. You can do that, huh?
What are you talking about? I'm just me.
But you is fluid.
Enough.
Oh,
we
you're
need to set
actually
off.
pretty
boy.
woke.
Awesome.
We just see we're whispering to each other like
Yeah, but you're
nonsense,
whispering,
like,
right? So I could see that you're
Yeah,
kind of
you
whispering. So
see
I
it-
figured you're talking.
you
one
see
of them.
his rag keeps wiggling, and mouth and
Great. Awesome.
I do look up at Vol, and I would like to whisper to him out loud, saying, "If they know, I'm gonna make sure they don't know.
I don't have time for your riddles, boy.
I'm going to kill them tonight."
All right, you two, let's get this train a-going, I yell from the front.
Choo-choo.
Choo-choo, ka-choo. Awesome. So you make way, and this journey is significantly faster, both because you have your caravan leader has a much better idea of where you're going, because he had never taken this road before, and it's less horses, less weight, and you're able to make it a straight one-day journey, and it is uneventful, and you arrive back in Neverwinter in the evening.
Nice.
And what do you do once you arrive? As you leave the caravan there, what do you want to do with the prisoners, that sort of thing?
I take charge of the prisoners, and then I take them back to my place.
I look at my clock, my watch, and I go, "Wow, it's actually pretty late."
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
Magdohr?
All right, I'm gonna go back to my place as well, near the blacksmith shop there.
Awesome. So as you each kind of settle down for the night, Vol, you looking after the prisoners, and each of you kind of, trying to figure out how much more coin you're going to get, you hear a tap on the window, because each one of you have some sort of window leading out, and you see a raven with a small pouch on its leg.
I ready? Let's say I ready fireball as usual.
Firebolt, you don't open the window?
I open the window, take the pouch, and close the window.
It's a messenger raven, so the raven just hops in and jumps, and if you put your hand out, they would jump on your hand.
I only trust crows. I don't trust ravens.
What about you, Magdohr?
My window's open, so
Yeah, he hops in, lands next to you, and there's a little pouch and a small piece of parchment tied to each one of their legs.
I'll take both of them and fall back asleep.
Do you read the parchment?
I'm tired. It was a long journey.
Okay.
I read the
What about
parchment.
you? Okay.
I point at the windowsill. You say, "You leave it there. I'll open it and then I'll take it. But if you're there, I'm here."
All right, so this is perfect because only one of you is interacting with this.
2L away.
Only one of you is interacting with this immediately. So, Vol, you open up the parchment, and it says, "Adventurer, you've done well, and I would love to give you a job with a little more responsibility, and thus pay and clout. If you could, please meet Elgira at the Beach Leviathan on tomorrow's evening for dinner, and she will give you another job. Also, she will let you know who you're working for. Please do myself and her the courtesy of being there on time so we may continue our working relationship. Cordially yours, a friend." And inside of this tiny bag, do you reach into it?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. You reach inside of this tiny bag, and what you do is you find a set of boots that you pull out of what is a tiny extra-dimensional space. And these boots look of very, very nice elven make. They are like a deep forest green, and you recognize them as boots of elven kind. And since you guys went to bed and one of you is scared of ravens, we will call it there as next time we start, we will begin the day that you are set to meet your mysterious benefactor and find out a little more about what's going on here in Neverwinter.
Absolutely. You can find me on Twitter at 2timestyler.
You can find me on Twitter at LR the11th. So LRTHEELEVENTH. So it's everything spelled out.
All right. Find me on Twitter at Glenn Houston and on Twitch at Razeth.
And I don't have anywhere you can find me, so don't at me. But it'll be there eventually.
All right, Tyler, go ahead and send us out for this week.
We are a part of Casual Master Quest, a podcast network dedicated to giving you the video game news and tropes you deserve. You can find the show everywhere you can Google and on Twitter at MasterQuestPod. Glenn is a part of a sister D&D show called Ready to Roll, where you can find more of his and other talented players as they continue their quest in the Forgotten Archipelago. That was Nick. That was Brandon. That was Glenn. And this is Tyler. We'll see you next week with another session of Casual Quest Masters, and don't forget to never stop the quest. Bye-bye!
Thanks for joining us for today's episode of Casual Quest Masters. Thank you so much to you, our listeners, for being here, and to Sirenscape for allowing us to utilize their amazing programs for sounds and music. Check them out at Sirenscape.com. We hope to see you here next time for the next episode of Casual Quest Masters.
Additional Creative Commons licensed music in this episode is Gemnopidiano, Suenatore de Lucio, At Rest, Gathering Darkness, and Careful by Kevin MacLeod. You can find more of his work at incompetech.filmmusic.io.